What is going on, y'all? First vlog of 2021. Feels good to be out. My bike feels brand new because I cleaned it maybe a week ago now. Didn't really get to ride it much. Been having these rear rim issues, so I took my bike to the shop. It was apparent, you know, you guys follow me on Instagram, it was apparent that my hub was done. You know, finishing off a hub, a rear rim, in like 5,000 miles of riding on a $2,000 bike doesn't make you feel too good. I've had suspected from jump these rims are trash. So like just now, rolling the bike in my office, haven't been there in a minute, in my hallway, guy like just comes on the road, doesn't look to see if he clear or anything. But rolling the bike down the hallway to leave my building, I was like, this bike rolls a lot better than it did on the old rear rim. I think ever, like since I had that bike. I mean, it is super smooth how it rolls. So this rim replacement cost me $150, $125 for the rim. The rest is labor and tax. But I'm happy with this purchase. I've been meaning to change both rims actually. The front rim is going to be soon enough. Now I've been thinking about getting some really nice rims, but this rim purchase was kind of not out of nowhere. I knew I had to change out the rims, both of the rims eventually, but we'll just talk about the back one for now. I knew I had to change that one out, but I didn't think I would have to do it so quick. So, you know, I didn't really have time to like order rims and wait for the rims to come and all that. So Ride Brooklyn, which we're gonna pass momentarily, hooked me up with rims, with a rim I should say. Did a very good job. I dropped off the bike on Saturday, picked it up on Monday, and it only took so long because we had to wait for like one of the managers to be in to see what he said about what rims they had coming in or whatever. So the rim came in on a Monday and they hooked me up. They hooked me up in like an hour or so. Or a couple hours I should say. I got a good front rim and a good back rim. I'm not keeping the weight off. I have gained 8-ish pounds out of the 30 some I lost, which is, you know, whatever. So I'm like $112 right now this morning, or $111, whatever. So 2021 goal will be to go ahead and lose another 20 pounds. Maybe I could get my ass down to $190. I'm kind of curious how it looks. What's crazy is I got to 204 like September-ish. God, like still gonna cross. I got to 204 like September-ish, and I gained a little weight back, right? But people said I looked skinnier even though I gained weight. Started doing push-ups at home, kind of fell off of that. But I should get back on that because I'm not riding 30 miles a day like I did in the summertime. Speaking of summertime, I'm still editing all of those videos. I have so many videos from the summer, it's not even funny. Now that I have time, it's cold out, I ain't riding my bike like that, so you know, I got some time to edit videos now, which has been pretty cool. So keep an eye out for those videos. Outside of cycling, 2020 has been the year, it's been the tale of two cities. You have people who work in the restaurant industry who are struggling, you know, thanks to Congress. What's crazy is on election day, everyone is like, go vote, but yet these people took forever to pass the second stimulus, and I'm just like, you know, go vote for what, you know? Like, you know, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I think everyone is disappointed how Congress handled this whole situation from a financial standpoint. But we're yelled at every day on Facebook to go and vote, and if you don't vote, you're a piece of garbage. But I guess that's a thing for another topic for another video. But it really has been the tale of two cities. You have people who struggle in the restaurants, no job, no income, barely living off of unemployment if they can. You have people who are like middle class. I'm gonna throw myself in here. Allegedly a middle class according to the income requirements. You have people who are middle class who most likely were able to work from home and probably hold some kind of assets. So the value of their house or the value of their investment portfolio increased over time. It's amazing, man. Like, I remember when COVID first came about, when we first had our lockdowns here in New York City, mid to late March, the way people talk about the stock market is down, it's down, it's down, and people are selling like crazy. I think if you go on Wikipedia, maybe they changed this, but on Wikipedia it talks about the COVID stock market crash, and it says cause mass hysteria. And I'm like, that's kind of funny, you know. It was mass hysteria. I invest in the market myself. I am a dollar cost averager. I was just chilling, man. Like, I picked up things super cheap in March and April, and some of these investments have really blown up over the last bit now. It's crazy. But it's been like a weird tale of two cities. Like, we'll look back at this and talk about all the jobs lost and all of the death and all of this stuff, but people also talk about, I know I'll be one of them, talking about how much money was made and, you know, just the transfer of wealth. Just interesting. I wouldn't label myself as a conservative or a liberal or anything, even though people love labeling me as a conservative. Probably the worst thing you can be called as a black person. But, you know, I do think about things from all different angles, and it's just been an interesting ride over the last 10 months now. This bike rides real good, man. It's like a brand new bike. It rode really well last night. When I brought it home, that was only 2.5 miles. I'm 3.3 miles in now. Tire pressure on the back was low, about 70 psi. Still rode really good though. Now, road bike tires take up to $120. If you're running 23 mils, $130. So this is coming from someone who I've always sucked at money, and it's kind of like, I've gotten better over the last 2 years. It's pretty crazy, man. Maybe one day I can be a millionaire, who knows. So I was talking with a coworker of mine about this type of stuff. We chatted up on the phone from time to time. I haven't seen him in person since March. So we'll chat it up. Is this thing gonna let me go? I got right out of the way, lady. So me and my coworker will chat it up. He owns a house, and he's tired of this house. It's a rental property. He's looking for financial independence. So he has like a good amount of equity in this house, and I'm like, you could sell the house, keep the equity, invest it in the index fund, work 5 more years, and you out, man. You could be chilling. So I'll tell him this stuff, and I'll even do the math for him using like a interest calculator. Bankrate has a interest calculator, and I'll send him screenshots of this stuff. And he's like, man, you should really like take your YouTube channel the financial course. And I'm like, possibly, because I find numbers really interesting. Always found it interesting. I have no financial experience, but just doing like a ton of reading about it, I'm like, this finance stuff is pretty cool. My educational background is in engineering, by the way. It's funny, I had this conversation with my coworker because maybe a couple weeks later, my best friend who lives in Buffalo, the one who got married, if you guys follow me on Instagram, Kathy is like, if you had to redo college, would you still do environmental engineering? And I said no. I don't know what I would do, but I'm not necessarily mad that I did it. Even though I don't serve as a engineer, I'm not really mad that I did it. Oh, look at this, they finally cut these hedges off, man. These hedges were literally over to the yellow line. It was crazy some days coming down through here. But anyway, yeah, so I was talking to my best friend Kathy. She's like, would you redo engineering? I'm like, probably not. I don't know what I would do, maybe something in finance. But when I graduated high school in 2009 for applying for college, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with the finance industry. This is just taking a beating. But you know what? Maybe I should have done it. Who knows? And she tells me what she wished she would have done, and it's crazy. Both of our interests outside of engineering, we listen to on podcasts. You know, I'll listen to financial podcasts, and she'll listen to like crime podcasts. You know, like forensic shit. You know, shit like that she'll listen to. So it's like super interesting, you know, the type of shit that people would you know, they major in, but you know, they'll go and they will want to do something else if they could just drop everything and switch it up. But anyway, my coworker is like, maybe you should move that to your YouTube channel. Like, this guy is pointing his friends to the left and that one guy is going to the right. So yeah, I don't know, should I do financial stuff or ride on a job? Maybe it's like a sub-segment called, I don't know, making bread with jobs. Who knows? I don't know. Like, I'm not really a trader, I'm more of an investor. I just buy and hold things. It's not that exhilarating. Kind of boring. I think the strategies behind building wealth are interesting though. I don't know. Something that's been brought up to me a few times by a few people actually, but my coworker, that conversation has been the most in-depth. Yo! Noise canceling headphones on and just coming into my lane. Man, I am getting hot with this jacket on. Real feel is like in the 30s. And I'm getting hot. That's short-lived, so we about to go down this hill. Just looking at my account over the last 2 years, from January 2019 to January 2021, I'm like, this is nuts. You know, we had some good years, obviously. We didn't have a 2008 in there. But, hey, it is what it is. Look at these fucking people just in the wrong fucking lane. So I got about 5,000 subscribers right now. 2021 goal is to upload more videos, crank it up to about twice a week. 2019, I should say, 2020, I kind of slacked. But 2021, definitely gonna crank it up, you know. I wanna do 2 a week, especially now it's winter time. I got nowhere to go. It's a pandemic, so I definitely got nowhere to go. And you know, definitely just want to grow the channel more, get more people on bikes. I mean, I never realized the influence I got on people just by posting pictures or a little video on Instagram on my bike. Look at this guy on my phone here in the bike lane. Frank's in the bike lane too. For the OGs, you know what happened at this intersection here, right? That's when I end the video. So I definitely would like to get, maybe, let's shoot for 10,000 subscribers this year. How about that? That might be a little hard to do, but I think it's a good goal to set. We're gonna shoot for 10,000 subscribers, and I don't know, maybe we'll collab with some YouTubers in New York or not in New York. We'll figure it out. Either way, I think it should be a fun year. I mean, if I got through 2020, I think we all can get through 2021. I don't know, then again, it wasn't as bad for me as it was for other people. The Raging Bull. Wow, there's no one here, man. This is crazy. No one is here. Only real people know where I'm at right now. We'll go ahead and make a right here and go up Warren Street. We just missed a light. Well, I guess this is a good time to say I'm going home, guys. Chat with you later. Sub to the channel if you like the video if you like this one, and I'll check you out later.